By a show of hands, how many of you own a pet? Those of you who have your hand raised, keep them raised if your pet is neutered or spayed. You can put your hand down. Well, today I would like to inform you all of the dangers of not spaying or neutering your pets. Spaying or neutering your pet is important and benefits your pet and the community in many ways. If your pet is left unfixed, it can lead to many health problems in the future, cause behavioral problems, and lead to unwanted pregnancies. For the past 2 years, I've worked at a veterinary clinic and seen many different cases of pets who hadn't been neutered or spayed, and it has given me first-hand experience of how not fixing your pet can end badly. The most recent case I've seen involving a pet's health is about a 5-pound Yorkie. This Yorkie was pregnant and went into labor on Thanksgiving Day, but was having trouble pushing the puppies out and needed to go into an emergency vet. The owners felt that an emergency vet would be too costly, so they waited it out and came in when my clinic was open again. Because of this, the dog was in pain over the weekend and could have died. Whenever she did come into the clinic, we had to do an emergency C-section and remove everything that was inside of her uterus and her uterus. Whenever they pulled the first puppy out, it looked like it was a tumor or a mass blocking the way for the other two, basically like a plug. And whenever the other two were pulled out, they were gelatinous and decomposing inside the mom's uterus. Who knows how long this dog was in pain? This could have been easily avoided by a simple spaying surgery that was discussed previously with the vet. And the vet also recommended them not to put this dog through any more pregnancies. The most recent behavioral problem was involving a Great Dane. This Great Dane came in for a regular checkup, but we all know its previous record and how it is aggressive because it hasn't been neutered. Well, the doctor went in that day to go and examine him, and while she was examining him, the dog lunged on top of her and pinned her down, and we all had to go in and help her so she wouldn't get attacked by this dog. Thankfully, she was okay. And finally, the most recent encounter that I've had with an unwanted pregnancy was involving an owner's unspayed cat and an unneutered cat. The owner of these cats started noticing that her female cat was having pregnancy symptoms and acting different, so she came in to get a confirmation. Her cat was indeed pregnant. And when she figured out her cat was pregnant, she knew that she couldn't afford raising or helping raise any of the kittens and wanted the pregnancy terminated. So thankfully, it was still in the early stages of pregnancy, but we did spay the pet. But this again could have all been avoided if the owner had just gotten one of her pets spayed or neutered, or even both. Pets need to be spayed and neutered in order to prevent future casualties. And many owners believe that their pet will be fine if you don't fix them, despite their vet telling them otherwise. If pets are left unspayed, they can develop pyrometra, which is when the uterus fills up with pus, which is basically infection and has to be removed immediately. If not, the pet can go into septic shock. It can also lead to mammary tumors that are highly malignant and spread very quickly. And if pets are left unneutered, they can develop prostate enlargement, temperamental issues, and cancer. And if pets are left both unspayed and unneutered, it can lead to more unwanted pets that end up getting thrown into shelters. In the article published by the ASPCA, it says, by spaying or neutering your pet, you'll help control the pet homelessness crisis, which results in millions of healthy dogs and cats being euthanized in the United States each year simply because there aren't enough homes to go around. There are also medical and behavioral benefits to spaying and neutering your animals. Because some pets are left alone and not fixed, it has led to shelters being filled up more quickly and more animals roaming around in the street that have to be euthanized even though they don't need to be. What we can do to minimize the amount of pets that are not fixed is set up a low-cost government-funded spay and neuter clinics. We can do this by using some of the tax money that will go into parks that we don't really need and other unnecessary expenses, and fund them into these clinics. In doing this, we will cause the animal shelter population to decrease and help those who feel that taking their pet to the vet to get fixed is an expensive hassle. expensive hassle. There has been some veterinary clinics that do these low-cost spay and neuters, but even then it can still be costly and they are booked up for months in advance. If we open these clinics, we will start to see a decrease in pets without homes and medical or behavioral problems. We will also see a decrease in animal shelters. If we do not create these clinics, animals may continue to suffer and be euthanized because they are left untreated. But for now, I encourage you all to donate to your local animal shelter or even a veterinary clinic, even if it's just $1, to help these pets get the surgery that they need to be spayed or neutered. If your pet is left unfixed, it can lead to many health problems in the future, cause behavioral problems, and lead to unwanted pregnancies. Pets need to be spayed and neutered in order to prevent future casualties. And I'm not saying all of this to scare you, but to inform you of the dangers that could come if you do not spay or neuter your pet. So I encourage you all today to spay and neuter your pets if you haven't already, and encourage your friends and family to do the same before it's too late.